Hello and welcome to CapacityTV. We're joined today by Andreas Sturm from DE-CIX. Welcome. So how is DE-CIX planning to replicate its successful exchange model across the global stage?
The key success points on DE-CIX is that we are carrier neutral and data center neutral, and this is the key values our customers really like to see us doing our business outside of Germany. So we already experienced running different exchanges because we have two local exchanges in Munich and in Hamburg. And yeah, we just decided beginning this year to do operations outside of Frankfurt. So we got the approval from the management to go further. And well, the regions we are looking into are mostly the not covered regions yet, like Africa, like Asia, and of course the Middle East.
Which brings me on nicely to my next question actually. How important was the launch of DE-CIX and how has it been perceived by the market?
The launch was very, very important for us because it proved our decision to go abroad, and it's successful from the very first day. We start operation on October 1st. We already got 4 networks connected from the region and from India, and now 6 weeks later there are 8 networks connected. There are 2 more to sign very soon, like usual suspect, like Akamai. And there are 10 more coming in, I guess, till the end of this year. And so the perception from the community was way more than we expected. And we were very pleased with this.
And you mentioned earlier about new markets, and you mentioned in particular Africa. So is that where you see the strongest potential for the next sorts of exchanges for DE-CIX?
Africa, or the northern part of Africa, is relatively close to Europe. And and we do experience that a lot of African students come to Germany especially to get knowledge and to study there, and then return to their countries and bring the knowledge back. And so we see a lot of potential in the northern part of Africa, which is politically a bit different at the moment, but this will somehow disappear. And of course we'll see down everywhere where the landing stations or where the sea cable is landing, there's potential for exchange point to set up. And so this is where we're looking into, and we already have talked to South African ISPA. We talked to probably going into neighboring countries that are already interconnected with South Africa. So this is the next stage on Africa we're doing.
And with the next stage, and with entering these more challenging markets, how do you overcome the regulatory issues?
That's a good point, and it's a good question. And probably the experience we made within the UAE help us a lot. It looks pretty much like that you're going a top-down approach, like talking to the regulator, and because he's more or less setting the rules of the internet community at first, and so making sure that they are open to the idea to have an internet exchange point, which is in closed markets very, very different from the normal thinking, you know. So, and I think this is the way we go further. But on the other hand, we are open, totally open if operators contacting us and saying, or DC providers contacting us saying, hey, we want to see more IP gravity within our country, and we know DE-CIX is making such a big success in Frankfurt and in the UAE. So why don't you help us setting up an exchange, operate by you and with our help? There are 2 ways to go to be successful.
So how do you see the internet exchange models of the future evolving?
Well, we just started the future as we just moved out of our country, home country, and to operate a different exchange or in another country. And it's probably the way that the exchange points used to be an internet community network engineering thing. And now as we're growing like 500 customers at DE-CIX in Frankfurt, it's going to be more and more a business. And so we are more and more moving into a business company. And business companies looking always for new markets. So this is probably the evolving on the big exchanges, like we have the big 3 in Europe, and DE-CIX is the largest on traffic. So we'll be behaving like a regular, normal, successful company, looking where the other markets are. And this is where the big exchange is evolving into business companies, just as easy. Small exchanges, they will really focus and still be very lively and very good for the internet community in a regional perspective. So regional hubs, like we experience in our home country in Munich and in Hamburg.
Well, Andreas, I definitely wish you all the success for the future.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you today on Capacity TV. So thank you very much.
Thank you again for having me here and sharing my ideas on the Internet Exchange point. Thank you very much.